We've talked a lot in the last month or so about how Forma, who is Morphe's parent company, has filed for bankruptcy, and how as a result of that, a ton of information has been coming out about not only Morphe, but all the other companies Forma is a parent company to, and that includes Jaclyn Cosmetics. I mentioned in my last video that YouTuber Jen Love had done this incredibly detailed video going through everything going on with Forma and how documents had been coming out to seemingly show how Morphe seemed fully involved in Jaclyn Cosmetics, and that it didn't exactly sound like the family business Jaclyn was pitching to her subscribers.
They are buying into a family business when they purchase from Jaclyn Cosmetics.
Jaclyn swore up and down multiple times that Jaclyn Cosmetics was her baby and that she put her own money into and was the CEO of it. But it's looking like that wasn't actually the case, and now new documents have come out and they're making it look really bad for her. And despite all this information coming out, Jaclyn is still standing by the CEO title and has it in her Instagram bio that she's the proud CEO of Jaclyn Roxanne, Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, and her Cozy brand. But this is something that she should probably not have up, and we're about to dive into all the new information surrounding her and the brand that isn't hers, Jaclyn Cosmetics. Now, before we get into anything, I want to let you guys know that today's video is sponsored by Drift. Drift creates air care products for your car and your home. All the materials are sustainable and their scents are made with natural, essential, and fragrance oils. Their car products include stone fresheners, wood fresheners, and a metal one. For home, they have candles, reeds, home sprays. It's truly a one-stop shop to make your home and your car smell amazing. And this happens to also be a Scentbird sister company. And you guys know I love my Scentbird and have talked to you guys about them before a ton. So I actually have Drift's car freshener, and this is the wooden one. I am being so serious when I tell you guys that my friends have gotten into my car and been like, what is this? It smells incredible. And it's the best feeling ever. This one right now that I have, it smells like a Christmas tree. The smell of pine just like always takes me back there. And this is their scent of the month. And that's the thing about Drift, is that you can get them as a subscription and they have a bunch of different scents. You can get the scent of the month, which is a limited edition scent that they have inspired by whatever season it is. Like I said, this one's giving Christmas cozy vibes, but they have 8 other scents if you don't like their scent of the month. They have amber, cabana, coffee, grove, mill, tea, PSL, which is like a pumpkin spice latte. So when you order from Drift, you will receive a starter kit with the clip and the scent that you chose, and then you can just get monthly refills as they recommend changing it every 30 days. And their subscriptions are super flexible. You can always change your scent choice or your delivery frequency or cancel your subscription anytime that you like. I love Drift, and I really do think that you guys will love smelling these smells with me. And if you use my code SPILL55, you will get 55% off your first month at drift.co. Once again, you can use code SPILL55 for 55% off your first month at drift.co. Thank you to Drift for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into the news. In my last video, we talked about how after Jaclyn's lipstick scandal with the hairs and holes found in her lipsticks, she released documents to try and prove to everyone that her lipsticks were safe to use. And in one of those documents, it looked like Morphe had actually ordered the tests. And this is when people really started to get suspicious that this wasn't actually Jaclyn's brand. I mean, it pretty much looks like that says Morphe, but it's just blocked out. Her team denied it at the time and commented to insiders saying Jaclyn Hill owns Jaclyn Cosmetics. Now, in my last video, we also talked about how answers started coming out about Morphe seemingly owning Jaclyn Cosmetics because they were the ones who ordered Jaclyn's original lipsticks. And the reason this was coming out was because Forma is filing for bankruptcy, as we know, and all of their children companies had to say who they owed money to. And Morphe put that they owed Oxygen Development $10.70. Oxygen was like, no, you got it so wrong. You actually owe us $100K. And they were coming to claim their money, that is for sure. They said, you owe us money for these lipsticks right here. We have the documents. We're gonna put them public, giving us proof that Jaclyn did not pay for her lipsticks out of her own pocket and that Morphe was the one on all of these forms that owed Oxygen Development money for as you can see, Jaclyn Cosmetics lipstick. And in Jen Love's new video, we're getting more information because some were wondering, okay, we know Jaclyn Cosmetics is under Forma now, but was it always not owned by Jaclyn? There was reason to believe that maybe Morphe had just given her money or something, and they were just like helping her get her off her feet, and she maybe did actually own Jaclyn Cosmetics at one point. But nope. It really doesn't look like that's the case. Even with Jaclyn calling herself a CEO, saying that she paid for everything, saying this is a family business, saying that this was her and only her.
I've wanted to create and own my own cosmetic brand since I worked at MAC Cosmetics at Woodfield Mall in Chicago. I spent so much time working on that brand. I spent so much time hyping people up. I was working with the best lab, with the best people. I had spent all this money. I was just like, this is amazing because it's my brand and it literally has my name on it. And I am launching a brand that I am so proud to be the owner of, I cannot even begin to tell you.
Like, even as recent as of last June, she was saying on Twitter, I am the owner, founder, and CEO of Jaclyn Cosmetics, which is wild when we get into what was just uncovered about Jaclyn Cosmetics. So Jen Love revealed one of the documents that has just recently been made public, and it lists every single person involved in Jaclyn Cosmetics at the time of filing. So we can see the president, manager. I mean, we're seeing the people that are working at Jaclyn Cosmetics, and I don't see Jaclyn's name anywhere. But remember, she's still CEO in her bio on Instagram and also on her Twitter. I don't know why, because there's even a document that says who anyone formerly involved in the company was. So we can see the CEO, the CFO, the CAO, and what I'm not seeing is Jaclyn's name. Like, she can't even say, oh, I just never changed my bio. That's old because I'm looking at the old CEO, the old CFO, the old CCO, CAO. Thoroughly no Jaclyn Hill. So it doesn't look like there can be any excuses made with all these documents coming out. Now, what I will say is that we do basically find out what Jaclyn's actual title was at Jaclyn Cosmetics. And it's looking like she was just a collaborator and or a licensor. Like, they were just paying her for her name and to use her face for the brand to just make it profitable instead of just calling it something like Morphe, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, they were just calling it something totally different. They just decided to make it look like this was Jaclyn's own brand that she was starting. This was her own thing, and that's how they were marketing it. Anyway, the reason we know Jaclyn's actual title is from the fact that when Forma had to show in documents how much money Jaclyn Cosmetics made these last couple years, which is shockingly a lot of money. I mean, looking at these numbers, like $14 million in 2021 and then $9 million in 2022, that's a lot of money Jaclyn Cosmetics was bringing in for them. Now, along with how much money they made, there were also documents that had to show creditors who Jaclyn Cosmetics paid money to within the 90 days of filing bankruptcy. And we can see here that Jaclyn Hill LLC, which is just Jaclyn. So let's not get Jaclyn Hill LLC confused with Jaclyn Cosmetics here. That's not it. We are seeing that Jaclyn herself was paid 3 times, adding up to almost $500,000. And this is what she was paid for. She was paid as a collaborator and or a licensor, not a CEO. And it also seems like she still owed money by them, about $1 million. And these are for royalties, they claim. And I can only assume from being allowed to use her name and her face for this company that is not actually hers. And that is why she is owed money, because they use her name and they use her face and she let them. And that's how she's making money from this company. And I mean, it's just crazy because for the longest time, she really stuck to it of I am the CEO, this is my company, this is all me. And she totally took the hits during Lipstick Gate of everybody calling her a bad CEO, saying this, that, and, you know, everything about how Jaclyn is just not knowing what she's doing. And you can even look it up on Twitter to this day. If you type in like Jaclyn CEO, there's so many people calling her a bad CEO. She was never the CEO. And so she totally took the fall for Lipstick Gate for Morphe. And that's just crazy. This whole thing is just wild. So these developments certainly don't make Jaclyn look good, and the fact that she was not being truthful to her subscribers and what this company actually was and who was behind it and what all went into it. It's interesting that she's also been extremely silent about literally all this information coming out. I guess we'll just have to see if she's going to say anything or if she changes some of those bios. But this whole thing with Forma is still ongoing, so even more documents that are revealing might be coming out soon. I'll certainly keep you guys updated, that is for sure. But that is everything as of right now, and it is certainly a lot. But I also want to say thank you again to Drift for sponsoring today's video. You guys can use Spill55 to get 55% off your first month at drift.co. But I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Thank you.